All right, guys, here we're going to talk about iZombie Season 4, Episode 2.
The saga continues.
Yeah, it's... Ugh. I don't know. So from the beginning, this episode just irked me where she's like, but I am thirsty, and like makes a drink out of it with like a little tiny olive of a brain.
Oh, it's so dumb.
If you can just take that little tiny bit of a brain every
go with
time,
this.
like, yeah, what are we doing here?
It's crazy. Yeah.
And I didn't really care for this character. She was the old lady. Death by golf ball gun seemed a little bit outrageous.
Death by golf ball gun felt like a psych thing or something. I was okay with the actual death.
When she died and like they said, I'm like, oh, it's obviously like a potato gun that just launches a golf ball. I'm like, and that ended up being like, what it was.
It's for gophers. Yeah, exactly. No, like the martini thing definitely like. It's weirder and weirder to me when they make the food fit the character. Yeah. Because you haven't eaten it yet. So you shouldn't
why are you doing that?
To do is this like, well, from what we gathered at the crime scene, I imagine he likes hot dogs, and then you eat it as a hot dog? Like, what's going on?
Football fan making some nachos. Like, what?
It's weird to me. I get, obviously, it's supposed to be, like, funny or something like that, but it's weird to me.
But, it's like she's a psychic and then eats their brain and gets their psychic powers. Like, I don't know. The show is a bit of...
And like I still, for some reason, when I watch things, I try to approach it as naively as possible. And I was kind of liking this sassy old lady, right? And then she dies, and I'm like, oh no, Liv's gonna have to do that this episode. That's like my reaction to that. And then, sure enough, right, we have her being just miserable the whole time and roasting everyone in like a way that wasn't that fun.
I could see what they were going for, and you're like, all right. But the best I ever did was like the corner of the mouth curled up a little bit, and like never got really joy from anything.
Oh heavens, no! This was a joyless affair.
Slightly.
While they're investigating, I kind of liked the cuts. The ball boy kept being like, well, no, but I saw something over there, and I go, whoosh, and then go over there, and then he'd be like, oh, well, there's a splash, whoosh, and then we go over there. So I'm like, I better jot things down that I don't hate so I can get through.
And that was all of them.
Yep, it's a list of one thing.
It was just macaroni and cheese. And you're like, well, I love macaroni and cheese.
Delicious. No, she's screwing Major, which they put out like it was news, but I'm not sure if we were supposed to know that already.
I think we knew that already.
Was that from last season?
I think
was that
so.
happening? Okay.
It didn't jar me, so I guess I presumed it or knew it.
Well, so like the show made it seem like this was a like reveal. I thought.
Didn't
I'm not
sure. The last season end with them together?
Something happened.
I thought. Yeah, we can see we don't remember or watch things again.
Well, I was so consumed by the police state and like how is the season going to shape up?
That was the button, to really walk away with.
And her and Major have been together in this episode, they eventually say we're on the skids again or whatever. So part of me was like, did they just like call it back to like destroy it immediately? Because they didn't mention it last episode, and if it was like that, during the finale, I don't know for how long it was like that because they've broken up and gotten back together before, and he like left the state to go help that other woman and give her the cure and stuff. All these other things happened.
But why?
And, like he like betrayed her, and they were hating each other. I thought, and now here we are.
This is like the classic. Like if you just said a couple words, I think there wouldn't be a fight at all. Like Major is very much a person that cares about children. If you said this child was dying, he needed a fucking lung transplant or whatever the fuck it was, we had to smell it. What would Major say? I'd rather him die. I don't think so.
I know.
I think you've established Major as a character that is very caring, and Major would,
for children.
Yeah, Major would give his lungs to this kid if it would save him. And now he's like, oh, Liv, you gotta respect my authority. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it's set up so that later they will do that, but they can't do that yet because we need to fill all these episodes with drama.
Yeah, a lot of drama.
Oh no, drama. But we talked about that. We got the kid. We got all the stuff. We got Mama Leone, aka Renegade. I liked Ravi crawling into the dryer.
I hated Ravi crawling into the dryer. I felt it seemed so forced to me, and the way it was filmed, how like they're just like watching their reaction as he like fumbles about. I was like, what a chore. This is where like you would add the laugh track because I'm not laughing.
Yeah. I didn't laugh, but I liked that they did that to Ravi because they were playing him like he had a weird approach towards the whole like, ooh, it's like the Underground Railroad or whatever.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Meh. Now, do you think we're gonna encounter these characters a lot now? They're probably gonna be a thing where she goes to Renegade for things. And does
we
stuff.
are full on police state, and this is gonna be Underground Railroad smuggling in and out, and who knows what or whatever.
So can we just talk about how dumb the middle plot of this is that they have to smuggle across to get to this place that's on the side of town where, I don't know, people aren't nice to zombies there.
It's the no-go zone.
So we lock it off because there are people there that don't like zombies. This is a locked fucking zone.
Oh yeah, what does they say?
What does that even mean? How does that make any sense?
It sounded like that was like a destabilized no-go zone, which was like under military lockdown and like you couldn't enter or leave.
But the military lockdown is just that you can't go in or leave somehow.
Yeah.
But think about that rationally for a moment.
Sure.
Let's take any town in America, cut it in half, and say, okay, nobody can go over here.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have enough people to do that. You're just blocking a single road. Like, there's not a fence, there's not a wall. Anybody can go wherever they want. So you're really not policing anything.
Yeah.
And then, do you know the population on both sides? If someone did get over, would you know? Would you like what is the like?
Yeah,
what are we to believe here? How are they actually policing this? And what authority would they have to separate that? Like, no, I'm sorry, you live in the part of town that is hostile, so you cannot come to the safe town.
I viewed it like an analogy to like the high crime areas you hear about that don't exist half the time in like Europe or Chicago or something like that.
But there's no one stopping you from going in and out of those locations.
But theoretically, you could have like just on like the road and be like, turn back, this is not a good place to be or something like that. You could do, that's not a stretch too much.
No, but my thought is under what authority can they say you can't go to this unsafe location?
There is a police state, my friend. There's a checkpoint.
Yes, there is a checkpoint, but they're not actually police. They're soldiers.
They like run. They run.
They run Bartertown.
Yeah.
But
say louder.
Under no authority, like the authority is all self-imposed, and there's not enough people. If you were trying to keep an order, that's not how you do it.
I don't know that they're necessarily trying to keep all the people who are there in, or vice versa, but they're trying to prevent people from going to a certain part of the town, which is like not safe or something like that.
It just drives me nuts. Where you don't have enough people to protect the outskirt border, yet somehow you're also dividing, like making it into a fucking no smoking sign, and you block off this whole section of the fucking world. It seemed like such a stretch to me, and I didn't like how it was done.
The overall thing is a stretch to me. The police state itself.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a guillotine for zombies, crushing heads.
Yeah.
I'm crushing her head. Can't wait to do that every episode that
Cannibal-atine. Anvil-atine is what I meant to say.
I know. Well, no. But I didn't know. But I was just like, that's probably fine. Major has his rookies.
Yeah, and they seem to actually be good at their job, better than him.
Do they? She gets their helmet stolen.
Yeah, but they were going to catch Liv.
Oh, well, yes. At the checkpoint, they seemed better. But earlier was what I was thinking of when there's the dudes hassling the guy with the business.
Yeah, well, they got a new recruit. Think about how good can your recruits be if on their first day they don't get you another recruit.
I don't think that guy's gonna play ball though.
We'll see. Once you're a zombie and you realize you can't go to half the town, you're gonna play ball.
I actually really liked what the potential was for like happening here, because that dude was like, we made a pact, you gotta like ice me, and his friend was like about to fucking shoot him or whatever, and I'm like, ooh, that's like dangerously real to like delve into. I wonder what. Okay, we're moving on. We're done with this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool, good times. But
I just think that shows how many people Liv should have scratched over the course of the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, just by tackling a dude and getting rough with him, you should turn him into a zombie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's been a bunch of stuff I want to say hinted at, but they've outright said like his scratching nail and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like as a zombie, you develop a physiological different adaptation with your hands that causes you to be able to spread it better or something like that.
Seemingly.
Which I don't think an energy drink thing would do. But
no, of course not.
It's been so long I've forgotten how the original zombie outbreak started, but yes, it was a drug combined with an energy drink, I believe. Proving the dangers of both of those things, in my opinion. Couldn't we go back to those days with the Wings guy and Max Rager and Gilda? That was nice. They killed all those people.
Yeah. Yeah, but we got Teabag from Prison Break here, and he's spreading brains and joy and the religion.
I will never get used to him being called Teabag.
I can't remember what his real name is, so he's Teabag forever.
I don't know his real name either. I call him Blaine's dad.
Half the time I forgot the word Blaine.
Blaine. No, he was contractually obligated to wear that fake beard and hair for one episode, and he has met his requirements, and now he's back to just not his normal.
Yeah, head. he's getting a lot of people on his side through throwing out brain candies.
That church is full.
You got that little girl who's like the cutest little zombie you ever had. She's like, oh, have some candy brains.
He's like, no, we don't sell brains. We give them away for free.
Yeah.
He's growing.
That's not how the Lord works.
Let me see. How did I write this down? Was that in this? Okay. Blaine's dad got a haircut and is leading a cult into the streets to murder and steal and get brains.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I was like, that escalated quickly. That was like a
but
thing
accurately.
with him. Yeah. The church is backed. He has a whole mob. That's going to be an issue for our police state in the future. I'm sure he'll say something. I don't know what his end game is here. Rising up, redistributing the brains, killing more people, wasting your precious food supply, not playing ball with the locals that have assault weapons and body armor and stuff like that.
I'd like to know the actual ratio of zombie to human. Like, are we in jeopardy? We're murdering people every episode?
They're keeping that somewhat vague, I think, on purpose. That way we have
have to.
We have room to grow, or what have you. I feel like this is the kind of case where an actor was like, no, you killed my character. No, you're technically in a well. I'm in a well? What the fuck? All right, we want you to come back, though. Okay, I will only come back if I can just go full on, like, crazy. Write me something that I can just dance and be a crazy man. I want to wear makeup. I want to go, and just, like, do all this crazy stuff. I want to have some fun here. And they were like, sir, we can accommodate you. Come back next week. We'll have a whole treatment done for your arc or whatever.
I just think it's like the easiest shit he could ever do, and it's a quick paycheck for him.
No, exactly.
Because he's like an actual actor.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is like, a child's play game.
Yeah, I think he's having like fun with this. I'm studying his face when he's delivering some of these lines, and I feel like he's enjoying this. And I've created with my copious spare time while watching the show, I've created a whole backstory where he's being like contract negotiations, and he's
your backstory is for the actual man.
Yes,
playing
the actual actor. Yes, the whole backstory of like how this came to be, why this is the plot, and why this is happening, or like whatever, Because why introduce like a new this could just be like a new character. This could just be like a priest who like worships zombies and then becomes one. And
I think much like how the same set is used for 100 things across the board in this show. We only have so many actors. You can't we cast more people, Lee? That's ridiculous. No, he's the same guy.
We could have just had Blaine.
Next season he's gonna be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, we could have just had Blaine, shouting into a well every now and then, and we could have had some other weird religious nut doing stuff. But it has to be his dad for some reason.
Yeah.
So that will come back to haunt Blaine, I imagine.
Well, it has to.
Okay.
Or else, what are they doing?
I know.
Yeah.
We saved the best for last.
Sure. What do you got?
Clive and his FBI or whatever agent girlfriend that I forgot were still dating because of how the first episode went. I thought they broke up over the fact that she was a zombie, but apparently it's only threatening to break them up now.
Yeah, it's just hurting them.
Because they can't. But
not for
down.
long. He's got his pills to avoid sexual intercourse,
which is a weird angle to take. But she was like, "Honey, we're not doing that. We have to find some other way of doing this, or something like that."
Yeah.
I thought it was brave that Ravi mentions mutual masturbation on this show.
And Clive was into it.
And he was like,
it doesn't work, though.
He was like, yes, we tried that. I'm like, okay, wow. So this caused a flood of memories about how like condoms won't even stop the virus and the whatever and the infection and all that stuff. So I predict Ravi will invent a super condom.
I don't know about that. I think that he'll just give that same cure prevention thing to Clive,
say, and if he can make more cure, he'll just give it to Clive, and then Clive. I can't imagine Clive as a zombie though. Sometimes that's gonna be weird.
Like, I think it's so funny that it is sexually transmitted, and condoms can't stop it, but kissing never caused anyone to turn into a zombie.
And no one ever none of the other transport vectors that you would assume would happen.
Yeah, like I sneezed into the air and got somebody, like nothing.
Like you tainted something, and something had an open cut in your mouth.
We ate the same food, whatever.
Some dumb thing.
But the show's it's not a scientific strong show.
Well, okay, I guess not. Robbie's whole thing, he has beakers.
He's got beakers. That's true.
There's like bubbling fluid. There's a whole set of things.
Agreed. But this show is routinely falling short in different directions, and that's, I want to say, almost its strength, that it doesn't care about anything's consistency or facts. just trying to have a good time, and it's not always working in that regard, but it is trying.
I think that's the major issue for me, is that we're trying to have a good time. I don't know if we're having a good time though. I want more. Like, if we're not going to care about how stuff works, don't even dwell about how stuff works.
I think
go,
that's more of a direction that I would go in. Yeah.
Or
just say,
weird.
I don't know how that works. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Not if the virus is so small, it slips through the what?
Yeah. And you're like, how does skin and then a condom? What is it made? How? I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Just have Robbie one day be like, there's a new side effect. I've got wings. Just have like a thing. Have a crazy thing. Just do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, guys. Just do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want, guys. Like, let us know in the comments what you thought about this episode. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.